Today is September 15th, 2024. Yesterday in Louisville, some of the neighbors were talking. Everybody feels bad. We all found out it was a drug dealer doing it to her before. Ignorance at this point is not acceptable. It's not. It's not acceptable. I want you to think about it. It's not acceptable. They told you, what, in 18 they were drug dealers? Human traffickers doing it to me. They told you in 18. They told you they were selling people and prostituting them the rest of their lives. They told you. So is ignorance acceptable? No. Did they tell you that they photoshopped all their lies in 18? Yes. They raised some guy named Chris Alderu. Never met him. Did they tell you what? They had drugged me and told me to say it before? First month of the case, the little old man walked up. For every idle word you tell on us, I'll turn it on you. You try to leave Dave, I'll list you a child molester. That was their backup plan. That he tried to fool the cops, said he used sodium pentothal on me, stabbed me in my sleep with a date rape drug, amnesia drug, told me to say wrong nightgown and butt line. And if I tried to leave Dave, he'd list me a child molester. He was a drug dealer, admitting Dave hired him. He was drugging me up and telling me to say lies. Woke up with another bruise, throwing up. Didn't even know who he was. It's documented by the police. I was framed by the drug cartel. Okay? They admitted, oh my God, the stuff that they admitted they photoshopped in their stalking tapes, it wasn't even funny. And they laugh at me in front of the police and the FBI how they framed me. Okay? In 18. And it's documented by the police. I'm framed by the drug cartel. In stalking tapes by the drug cartel. And that's who Dave hired. He hired a fucking child molester. Like they said last year, anybody saying they were in her home before will be listed a child molester. We all know they taped those kids going potty and sold it to everyone. That makes you a child molester. You will get listed a human trafficker for having me drug, beat, and raped and let men violate me under drugs. How would you talk about scary movie shit? How would you like to wake up with bruises, marks that look like injection marks, more bruises all over you, throwing up, heart racing, almost passing out, a severe headache, and a severe swollen personal infection? My unique case, I had just moved into a house out in the country, and the well water looked like poop water. We had to bring bottled water in to drink and to cook, but you had to wash your hands after using the bathroom, and you had to take a fast shower. And I thought it was killing me. And that's what I told the doctor. And it's documented by Altman family physicians. I had all the signs of being drugged, being raped. I never seen or talked to anybody. If nobody would have said anything about sexual predators, rapists, violating me, I thought it was a dirty well water. Okay? Then it's to the point. Now it's already documented. I was framed by the cartel. These people want to participate in a drug dealer, a child molester, selling kiddie porn. Pete's a child molester. He's a drug dealer. Where Dave, on the third day up there, he acted like he couldn't pick up a board. And I'm like, come on now, it's a little 1x3 bed slot. I said, I can pick that up. Picks it up, smacks me in the face, breaks my teeth. I'm spewing blood, teeth. Had to have a lot of dental work. I'm like, why? He's like, you'll learn not to smart off to me. Runs, jumps in the car, runs off to a store in Ravenna. Neighbor that lives 4 or 5 houses down from our house on John Thomas Road. Older white guy with white hair, drove a silver car. Seen him walk in and out of his house. Don't know who he is. Showed up at McDonald's in 21 or 22. Said her husband showed up at a store in Ravenna. Screamed out, I don't want my wife anymore. Will you all help me get rid of her? And they all agreed to help. And it was the people in the store of Ravenna doing it to her before. Some of them had been out of work for a long time and willing to hurt someone for money. Pete was a local fentanyl dealer, the amnesia drugs. Drug cartel. Like they said, the only reason why these people didn't get arrested the first day, the one guy was cartel. And they wanted his drug connections. Okay? By the 6th day, we're going down to the storage unit, get home, our door's kicked into the wall. Don't report it at other realtors passing out keys. They don't pass out keys, they leave it in a lockbox. We took it out of the lockbox the first day. That's when they're supposed to set up their stalking cameras. And what they did is felony stalking and felony invasion of privacy. Without the kiddie porn, sex trafficking videos of people using the bathroom, me showering, sextortion of photoshopping of showering, and date rape, amnesia, drug confessions. They have laughed in my face. They're supposed to told me to say all kinds of crazy crap, and I never seen or talked to anybody. I thought the dirty well water was killing me. And where today in Perry Township, girls were talking. We all found out that church hired a child molester to do it to her before. Exactly. Child molester. They told these people in 18 they were human traffickers, that they were selling people for sex slaves, and they would prostitute them the rest of their lives. They told them that they were killing people and that they were drug traders. The drug cartel picked up on Pete's scam and ran with it. So if you want to say the FBI needed somebody in the middle of the drug cartel, well, let's see. That agent listed me an informant with money, immunity, statements, threat of life with a judge's order. Fed me back to the cartel with a legally bugged phone, legally bugged house, and a legally bugged car by the police with a court order. And the marshals used it, got over 1,000 of them. They just found 32 of the children they took in Akron. Where I kept telling you they're still here. Why do people in this area want to help child molesters selling people and running a drug scam on somebody? I don't understand it. They should have been horrified and angry at that occult hiring. See, that's where I was in the mall last week. Teenagers are like, that's the one that church hired the drug cartel to hurt her, and the FBI let him. And no matter what, they should have never let them hurt her. It was illegal for them to let them hurt me. And where that drug dealer Pete and his wife told everybody they knew Will, or Agent John, whatever he wants to call himself. Memorial Day weekend, her fat mother shows up, screams on Memorial Day weekend, Walmart 62, police got her, of 2019. Screamed for it's my daughter, her husband dates, he met her in a store in Ravenna. It's for my daughter they did all this for, and our family watching her doing this, where Dave said he hired Pete on his own. Where later on she told people in Walmart, they called Will and explained Michelle, and he set her up. Like some guy had showed up, we all found out they knew each other. He knew a fucking child molester, selling kiddie porn, drug cartel. He didn't arrest him. They were friends. That's where some ladies were talking in Bueller's in North Main last week. They weren't supposed to tell each other tell that they knew each other, and they told everyone they knew each other. He knew a fucking child molester. Well, I can beat that one. On January 13th, 23, out in Worcester, my one friend, I met with him. He's like, I work in a factory. I race horses professionally. I went to one of the drug dealers on the racetrack. They said they all know that you didn't know that agent owed that drug dealer money. What'd you do, FBI agent John? Buy kiddie porn from him? Because you're a sicko? Because someone owed him money. Because what was it, August 30th of 23? Fred Martin, a bunch of bad cars are driving by. An Indian couple comes in. They sit next to me. They're looking to buy a car. Little baby looks at me that she's holding. So I'm talking to it. The guy stands up on the phone, says, are you going to pull over a meter? You don't want her to know who actually did this to her? Did you get enough money to pay him back? Then tell him to leave her alone. Somebody owed the drug cartel money, and that's why they brand this drug scam. Okay? December 14th, 23, they said it was Agent John walked out of McDonald's North Main at 4:45 p.m. All the cops are swarming me in undercover vehicles. Screams out, Karen's Will's here today. I told Dave I set her up and stole her money. They all slam on the brakes. I had to go take care of another client, went home, got a shower, came out here to Hartville. They're off in the distance. We told that guy none of this is funny. We taped him admitting he was in it with Dave and stole their money, and we know she don't know who he is. By Sunday, out in Alliance, they said Officer Mark said, everybody leave her alone. He taped the agent over her case, admitting he was in it with Dave and stole their money. Dave told Danny he talked to him at that church when I walked off. It was verified by the police. It was Agent John telling on me on a recorded line. He admitted he had met with the church people in the Vegas several times. Bullies me. I want you to think how not funny this is. How would you like to come in from working outside in the yard? Be fine. Wash your hands, make something to eat or drink, and it's a 2-liter Diet Coke. Go and use the bathroom, wash your hands, come out, take a drink in the room, go dizzy and black. Hours later, you wake up throwing up, you got marks on you, like, where did I bang my arm or leg? Your head's spinning, you're throwing up, your heart's racing, and here you've been drug being raped. Wake up with injection marks and more marks. You're being human trafficked out of your house, drugged up and told to say stuff. Found out they photoshopped a shower scene in the other room to make me look weird. They were breaking in 18. They photoshopped me bending over a tub and exposing my butt. That's not funny. By January 19. They photoshopped a feminine wipey above the toilet in another room to make me look weird. I have people in my family, including Dave, taped that on the 4th of July, I was outside with everybody else and the kids were having pillow fights in the basement. We had a family room down there. Had a bathroom, the laundry room was down there, sectional couch, the puppies, a TV. You could hear them playing outside. Okay? Got too warm, me and Jen went inside. They left through the basement door. And they're supposed to Photoshop them coming upstairs, looking through a cracked bathroom door, and you're supposed to be weird with yourself. That's disgusting. Who's being dirty when you're looking through a cracked bathroom door? You are. Somebody could be you're wiping your butt. You're doing personal hygiene. You'd be putting yeast infection cream on, and it never happened. They never came upstairs. They're supposed to have braced some guy named Chris out of the room. I never had a Chris in my house. They said he was one of the main people hurting me. Now, I want you to think, where I call the FBI hotline, where I've had 4 attempts on my life, Katie's bragging in the mall that it's her church trying to kill me with the 4 attempts, 2 documented by the police, and I have witnesses of the other 2. That is them. They have them nailed. Okay, next day they drugged me up so bad in my sleep I can't hardly wake up. The phone's ringing. Let it go to voicemail. Rivers of tears running down my face. I kept saying I can't in my sleep. I don't know why. Let it go to voicemail. Okay, I go get up later. I stagger holding on the wall to the bathroom, then to the refrigerator, get back in bed, listen voicemail. This is Agent da-da-da. Call me back. I can't. I fall back to sleep. Next day I'm not much better. 3rd day I make myself get up. I'm holding my head. I feel drunk and I don't drink. It's a sign of a date rape drug wearing off. Okay? Got enough air in my face, called one of my witnesses. I already gave 3 witnesses to the hotline. They had them nailed. They drugged me up so they could get to that agent. Because how did Pete know that he could call FBI agent John? He wouldn't arrest him for felony stalking, felony invasion of privacy, sex trafficking videos of people using the bathroom, selling kiddie porn of my grandkids going potty. How did he know he wouldn't arrest him for racketeering, for drugging me up and telling me to say stuff, beating, raping me, and human trafficking me? Sextortion of photoshopping and washing. Like the police said, we always could tell it was Photoshop shower scene. We always knew they drugged her and told her to say it before. So how did he know his child molester friend wouldn't arrest him? Exactly. I'm telling you, I think it's some kind of scam they're running to rip off the government. See, that's where Sheriff David wanted to know why our police didn't arrest him the first day. Well, the 3rd day, I get enough air in my face, I call one of my witnesses. Of course, I'll witness for you. So I go out and get her car, put that agent's number in it from a voicemail. Go make an excuse to go down to the mall, dropped it off. Her manager put it in her locker. Okay, bought a card and put it in there. Went up to Apostolic Church of Barberton. Paul Pemer got Dave's face. My God, I had an FBI agent. My office is right there. I walk off as he's screaming at him in front of hundreds of people. How dare you bring the FBI up here with threats on her life? Okay? Women walk up, he knows she's being drug beat and raped, and he said he didn't care. I'm covered with bruises, lost 18 pounds. Firstly infected, my heart's sinking in my stomach. Thought it was the dirty well water. Okay? Thought it was the dirty well water. I want you to think of that. Killing me, that I was that toxic. Kept telling the doctor that. All summer long, what's wrong with me? It's your fault. No. Maybe you're coming anemic. Well, give me iron pills. Give me muscle relaxers for the pain. My head's killing me. Almost passed out in front of the neighbor. Okay, and I've been throwing up. Give you something for headaches and vomiting. The well water's really dirty. I've been showering. My personal area is so swollen I can't hardly pee, and they're giving me pills and creams for an infection. Here I'm being drug beat and raped in my own home. How not funny is this? Scary movie shit. Sexual predators preying on people in their home. Okay? I go in and I sit down. Those ladies follow me. He knows she's being drug beat and raped, and he said he didn't care. If she was going to be faking she was sick and faking she got well that family was grieving, he didn't care what they did to her. Can you imagine an agent saying that? A federal police officer. Who told him he knew I was being drug beat and raped? It's a 15-year-old lie that Strange made up when he thought he caught Tim and Katie together. He even told him that he was, if I was going to be mean to their women, he was going to turn me back over to him. Found out it was Katie that was cheating with Tim. And they're lying. I haven't talked to her in 7 years. You get your facts straight. And it's documented medical malpractice and documented medication errors that almost killed me. And proven when I got off the medicine I got well. It's fraud. They're lying, ripping off my insurance. Making me sick. Now, you need to get your facts straight. Okay? Dave comes in, let's go. We get out of the car. He called the FBI on me. I ought to kill you myself. He starts punching me in the truck, goes for a loaded gun, and I put my hand on the console, and he goes back to punching me. I almost jumped out of the truck on the highway, swerving all over it. Ran from him when I got home. Next day, everybody knows. Rivers of tears. I'm crying like crazy, scared out of my mind. They've tried to kill me 4 times. Now it's them. And now they know I called for help. Call that agent. I tell him somebody told on me. You liar. I tell him that some guy had threatened to knife me at Giant Eagle. You liar. Was there a camera above the bench or not? I don't know. Dear God, I almost passed out. I'm a little old lady. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. I said, well, you tried to kidnap me before. You liar. And before I can say Terry Cobra releasing him, he's like, oh, come on now. I've met with that family in my office and all those church people. And I know they're trying to kill you because you were faking you were sick and faking you got well while that family was screaming. It's 6 months later, and Strange makes up a shitty lie. And it's Strange's lie. It's documented. Only Strange made it up. To cover up Tim and Katie's adultery. It's documented medical malpractice, documented medication errors, and fraud. They were ripping off my insurance after a bunch of surgeries. My muscles locked up, went to a bunch of crackpots, and it almost killed me. And it took me 9 months to get well. And proven when I got off the medication, I got well. Okay? It had nothing to do with the Vegas, where her father, where we're at home, was running late for a church baseball game. A bunch of other church people. He's speeding so fast he blows through a stop sign into a semi, kills him and Tyler both. Tyler got ejected, he was going so fast, and Phil wasn't showable. It's Phil's fault, 100%. Didn't even try to stop. 6 months later, Strange's like, oh, you were faking through the last 4 or 5 years. It takes a moron to fall for that. A moron with no IQ. Okay? And they wait 15 years to kill me and hunt me down. I don't even go to their church. And a made-up lie a minister made up. What made them turn into serial killers? Think about that. I said I really was sick before. You liar. Was there a camera above the bench or not? When I told him, that he tried to kidnap me before. Oh, come on now. Before I can tell him, Terry Coberly had seen him. It's the only reason why I didn't tell him. He went, oh, come on now. Even if a church person seen him, they wouldn't verify him. Well, she did and let me tape her with her permission. And the police already taped her. You look like a damn fool. Get your facts straight. That's why there's badgering laws. I met with that family in my office and all those church people, and I know they're trying to kill you because you were faking you were sick and faking you got well while that family was grieving. It's like I really was sick. Was there a camera above the bench or not? I don't know. You say you're lying or I'll put you in jail. I'm like, what? I'll arrest you. It's like, fine, whatever. Ha, 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 ha. Do you know he's a serial killer? He dismembered my coworker Lori's family member, and he went on to take Marlisa's niece. He works with a human trafficker's kidnapper. He let him go. Now, I want you to say you were faking you were sick. Well, that's ridiculous. They damaged my heart. Enlarged my heart valves, caused many heart attacks, caused brain swelling. My whole body is swell up. My thyroid and adrenal gland is shut down. And a bunch of crackpots ripping off my insurance almost murdered me. Now, was I sick? Hell yeah, I was sick. It's like, oh, I was really sick before. He's like, you liar. He goes back to meeting with that family in my office and all those church people. And I know they're trying to kill you because you were faking you were sick and faking you got well while that family was grieving. And you need to realize what you've done. And I don't blame them for trying to kill you. Conspiracy to commit murder and aiding and abetting attempted murder. That's what, like they said, you listen to a recorded line. Some guy said I almost fell out of my chair. The other one said he came up out of his chair because he actually talks to me like that. On a recorded line. Now, I want you to say you're faking or I'll leave you there. They'll try to kill me. So, they've tried to kill me. So, you say it or I'll leave you there. Please don't let them kill me. I start begging this bastard for my life. You say it or I'll leave you there. It's like, fine, just don't let them kill me. Why would the FBI help a person like you? Well, they've tried to kill me. So, they've tried to kill me. So, give me a real reason. Then they yell out the rapist, the child molester's name. Selling kitty porn my grandkids. The one where Dave told Danny he hired Pete on his own. The drug dealer that been having me drug beat and raped. The human traffickers. Yells out his name. I've never met him. For we could always use Pete's tape of weird with yourself. The shower scene in the other room, where they made fun of FBI agent John's June 7th, 2023. Walmart 62 sold videos of it for FBI agent John fell for the stunt of tapes before. Oh, come on now. It was only a stunt. You're kidding. You mean that FBI agent actually fell for it? You're kidding. You mean John actually fell for it? FBI agent John fell for the stunt of tapes before? Lighthouse Tabernacle mocked you, buddy. Huh? Sold videos of him mocking you. Get your facts straight. Photoshopping and washing is clicking and pasting. Like the cops said, they always knew they photoshopped it. And like I was told, no law enforcement would fall for that. It's a fraud scheme. Alright, I said, what are you talking about? Because it's photoshopped. And then he said, stop, you don't know. He's laughing at me. Says something else about penis on one of the black and blue marks. My rapist, how he drugged me up and told me to say something stupid again. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't even know who he is. I still never met him. Still have never met him. Okay? He's like, stop, you don't know. Well, I bet you're going to say, you don't know about this doctor selling your information. HIPAA violations, none of my doctors could even talk to him. It's 1 to 5 years and a $250,000 fine. It was a person from the store over at Bennett doing it. Impersonating a doctor, just saying he was a doctor. Just like Pete was saying he was a judge. Like some lady saying she's an attorney. It's just the people in the store of Ravenna running a scam. It's that stupid. He said, stop, you don't know. He said, give me a real reason. Why tell him about my brother-in-law, Craig? He asked me if I have talked to any law enforcement up there about threats of my life. Okay? He said, I said, well, the only two I've talked to is August 8th of 18. I had a light in the security system. They told me I looked like an alien orb or an angry spirit, and they told me to buy a dog and let a dog handle it. They don't want bothered hair out in the country. You're kidding, right? I said, matter of fact, I've never even had my neighbors in my home. I've only had repair guys and installation guys and family. I don't know what you're talking about. Is that what's going on? Then he offers to take me somewhere and leave me with no money. Then he offers me the informant program with money and immunity for life. And meant to no wrongdoing, and I'll take care of everything in the end, and then threatens me if I told. He's already confessed, been seen by the police telling on me, and witnessed by hundreds of people, and then confessed several times he told on me. And then he stole my money. Him and Pete are running a scam, ripping off the government. Him and a fucking child molester. I gotta upload this.